Hey guys, Coldbrew here. Welcome back to another raid video. Bit sick the last couple of days, so I haven't been uploading as frequently, but I'm trying to get better. So what do we have today, guys? We have a fusion announcement coming in on Thursday, and I wanted to make a video on this new hero. We already have the obvious hints of who it's gonna be. It's gonna be this guy right here. We're gonna check out his kit very soon, and the partner champion will be this chick right here. Obviously not going to be available as a double fusion. It's just one fusion and the other one gets into the champion pool and you hopefully summon it. Probably going to do like a 10x, who knows. There's also going to be a Halloween 10x boost. Better call out the heroes very quickly for you guys on the 10x boost. So starting tomorrow, October 24th, going to be Duchess Lilith 2 boosted by 10x on Ancients, Primals, and Sacreds. And then the day after that, we're going to have Necret the Great. Obviously, they would add Necret in there. It's like, what, the 5th or 6th time that they've done Necret this year. I've mentioned it in the past, guys. When sales are low for them, they do a 10x on Necret. Also, on Tuesday, October 24th, we're planning to launch a 3x event for dropping region sets from the Fire Knight. So that's it in terms of the announcement. But let's have a look at the hero. Let's have a look at the kit, the infographic that Prism has shared with us, and see whether this guy is worth it. I saw it already. I was trying to be positive with this champ, but I just couldn't see the reason why. Maybe this is like a clear cut skip, guys. So Carnival Hammer attacks an enemy 2 times each hit, heals this champion by 10% of their max health. If the target has no active buffs, each hit also heals the champion's turn by 10%. Very conditional. A1, this guy will be an HP based champion. Timid the Fool. We're gonna be fools if we use this champ, I think. I don't know. His kit doesn't look that great. Also, turn meter feel is actually good, but not for scenarios when you have a speed tune team, so have that in mind. Attacks all enemies, decrease the duration of all enemy buffs by 3 turns. If there are no enemies with active buffs, grants an extra turn. So basically he's gonna get an extra turn if they have 0 buffs already. But he'll also do nothing because he decreases the duration of all enemy buffs by 3 turns. So this is subject to accuracy. On high resistance targets, you won't be able to decrease them. This is solid for, I don't know, maybe things like the Hydra. If they steal your buffs and they have extended the buffs to the whole of the enemy Hydra heads, you can decrease them. Instead of just removing them, you decrease them by 3 turns with this attack. But it's subject to affinity, so he's going to attack first and then do the decreasing the buff turn duration. So if he does a weak hit, he won't reduce it. So it's not like he reduces first and then does that. Always grants an extra turn if Kaja the Rai is on the same team, even if there are enemies with active buffs. Pretty okay to have this as an additional thing. Always grants an extra turn regardless of the number of buffs on the enemy team. But it's very likely that he'll be reducing them to 0. I mean, there's not many buffs in the game currently that go for longer than 3 turns. Not many buffs. Necret buffs go for longer, but not many. Attacks all enemies before attacking, places an increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns. Then place a True Fear on all enemies for 1 turn. So this will allow him to apply the True Fear. This will be a place, but this is not very clear if this is part of his whole kit. Because when heroes place, I just noticed that the colors were a little bit off. So hopefully this is better. So when you place a debuff, usually it doesn't matter if you attack first, but this is a very specific thing that he does. He attacks all enemies. Before attacking, he boosts his accuracy and then he places. So I think the place will not be subject to weak hits. Usually that's how it goes. And then let's see if the passive saves the guy. So far, I'm not interested at all in this champion, honestly, unless his multipliers are bonkers. So with double AoE attacks, give him a stun set, maybe like a solid savage set. An HP based nuker is very difficult to build, guys. Has to have something in his kit that shouts, use me as a nuker. Currently this guy doesn't have it. This guy has something that shouts, I'm a support. That's basically it. Whenever an enemy skills successfully activates while they're under a fear or true fear, feels teammates turn meter by 10%. Wow, 10% turn meter feel. That is truly amazing. When when the True Fear doesn't work. Whenever an enemy skill does not activate because they're under fear or True Fear, places a provoke debuff on them. This particular effect only applies when Kaja the Rai is on the same team. So the saving grace for this champ is the accuracy aura, 50 accuracy, the accuracy buff, decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 3 turns. This is it basically for the guy. I can't see anything else to hype this guy up. You're gonna be a fool if you go for this guy. Honestly, it's gonna be the thumbnail for today. I don't know if it's me being sick that I can't get hyped, or I'm feeling extra negative on this guy, but this guy sucks. I don't know, guys. Am I wrong? Is it me just being salty with whatever is happening with Ray lately? But did they add him to the game? No, they didn't add him yet. It's gonna be out on Thursday. So the events and tournaments are gonna start. You're gonna need a ton of shards. You're gonna need a ton of silver, 20 million per event on artifact enhancement. The usual stuff, honestly, for going for a fusion. Fragment collection, it's what it's gonna be. So is it worth it for you guys? You gotta check on your champions. You gotta check on whatever you have saved. If something like that is worth it, you're gonna keep the fragments here and some of them during a CVC for extra points. Maybe you go for that. I could see myself doing that, but I could see myself also taking this Halloween fragment collection as a day off, 2 weeks off from doing anything really. The reason that I think this is a big mistake by Flarium, I don't understand why they go about doing these kind of bad fusions. Every single fusion should be worth it. Not every single fusion should be OP like Newt, all right? Not every single fusion should be an unskippable fusion, but every single fusion must have something unique and worth it. This guy, it's not it. Not it. The reason that I'm saying this is just give a reason for players to say, oh, this was Halloween 2023. You should have been playing during that time to get this champ. Nope. Nope. No, this champ is not it. Maybe this chick has something very unique. She has him as like a puppet, but I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. I don't get why they do these stupid fusion. I think they just don't have the developers working on the game anymore. I think they're just taking a time off. They're doing other things. They are focusing on a different game. That's what I'm thinking. Honestly, they've been dropping the ball lately so bad. It's shown in the drop in interest in the videos. Not just me. Other content creators have noticed this as well. It just shows on it's the worst I think it's ever been. Maybe somebody who has more ways to find out whether this is true or not can give me some of his insight, but this fusion sucks. Fragment collection, whatever you want to call it. They also have the Nightmare Summon tool. Forgot to say something about this, guys. I think this is not bad, but again, the amount of Prism shards that we're gonna get is very limited. The epics have a 37% chance, so if you are missing something like a Seeker and an Allure, this is not bad to make your Clown Boss team, or your Doom Tower slash Fire Knight team with Allure. There's Husk also in there, and if you do happen to pick a legendary, these are not bad. I would say they've dropped off more than anything. These champions have really dropped off more than anything. These three specifically, like Kalvalax, okay, Battle Khazar, and Zavia, they used to be kings when we had normal dungeons, so they could be used in both Ice Golem and Dragon, but now Ice Golem is all about having HP burns, so basically these have become strictly Dragon champions. So very, very specific. Mashal has a better fear than this guy. We have the fusion for, so I wish you guys had Mashal instead. I do have him. I think he's a very strong hero, very solid, very good looking in terms of being like an undead hordes. Feels very menacing, but that's pretty much it. Anyway, before I ramble more, this was the video, guys. What do you think of the fragment collection that is coming about? Timid the Fool. Am I a fool to think that he sucks? I don't know. I don't think so. I think he does suck. The only thing I could consider is whether polymorph affects reducing the duration of debuffs, of buffs. Whenever the place debuffs on this champion or remove or steal buffs from them. So remove doesn't reduction in duration count as a removal. They didn't give us test server access, so again, because they dropped the ball with that. So I'm not sure whether sleep works with that or not, because I think it does count as a removal of the buff if you completely drop the duration to 0, because a 3-turn duration drop does seem something really strong. But is this it? Because they're already going to change something on polymorph. They mentioned it, but next year. So is it just a temporary solution to polymorph? I don't know. Let me know, guys. Thank you all. I'll see you in the next one.